Yeah, update on the radiator. I got new one that can fit this extension or bracket here for the expansion tank. Also have some gaskets. Yeah. Next steps. I will first, I think, take this and put all of that back. So finish the top part, and once that is done, I will then just slide in the cooler. Okay, one frustrating part is that this line just doesn't align, and I don't know why. I just can't get it to align. I don't know this one if it's actually aligning, kind of, but much closer. I don't know if I can get a good distance. Yeah, it's much closer, but this thing should be going down like by this. So it's like a centimeter off and centimeter off here. Why? Who knows? Yeah, here I was already losing it, like just new part doesn't fit, that's like normal. I found out why. There's like on this brand NRF, there's like a really thick plastic fin on the side that was just blocking. Yeah, now this shroud is most annoying because here I have to like wiggle it and stuff. It's just never going to fit, and I'll lose like an hour on this. Yeah, now we wait. So basically everything is there connected, battery is connected, and now I'm just missing radiator and some hoses, and that should be it. Yeah, now last attempt at the cooler. Let's see if this one is any better. So it's a package within a package. You have to give me a second. Yeah, so here it is. This is the manufacturer now. Male, whatever. And looks like it has some rubbing signs. And also it's dirty. There's some metal shavings inside which I need to clean up. And also here. And is this locked or no way for me to lock it? Fuck! Yeah, basically I ordered automatic radiator. Yeah, I think I finally ordered the correct part. Correct cooler. So this was done in like 10 minutes or less. I don't know. It was actually quite quick. Okay, everything is almost ready. Now comes the hardest part, which is wrapping everything up and then hoping nothing breaks immediately. I just hope the engine is not toast after what I did. And now what I'm going to do is just put distilled water in and start it with that. And then after, what I'm going to do after is put this in, which is basically just citric acid, and I will flush the coolant with this. Okay, so far no errors. Okay, so first initial startup was okay, nothing crazy. I did lose a little bit of coolant afterwards. Let's see, almost everything, but first I will add citric acid, and it was still smoking from here from like residue oil. Yeah, so now changing coolant for the first water with the citric acid, and after that I'm just gonna fill it up again with just normal distilled water, and that should clean the cooling a bit, and then put the real coolant in, and that's it. Yeah, now put some water in, around 4 liters again, we'll see, and I'll just turn the car on and bleed it again, check that there's no leaks, then let it idle again for like 5-10 minutes and drain it, put the real coolant in, and call it a day. Yeah, so now it's finished, cap is on, there's no leaks. I think I bled it okay. I will still check it in the morning. But yeah, this is how it sounds now. I don't know if it's good. And it looks like N42. So fuck it. that's it. I even put the plastic on because 100% nothing will go wrong when I start driving it. And here I put the braces on. So basically this bracing mount, bracing points, whatever this is. But I didn't put the cover here, plastic one. In case something does leak, I want to be able to see it. And that's pretty much it. Kinda noisy, but it's 142 diesel noises. Clean. Yeah, so new update. I lost cooling again. So what happened is that I was driving, and then I think second day or something, I had the coolant light pop up, and what I did is I tried to bleed the air because there was no leaking. I thought, okay, maybe it's just air that needs to be bled again or something like that. And then what happened is I think my bleeder screw just melted or broke down. So here it is. The bleeder screw is kind of dead. I tried to extract it because I have another bleeder screw and I was thinking, okay, maybe it just died, but yeah, quick side note, when I was bleeding this air from the coolant, the car wasn't warm. It was car wasn't hot, it was warm, and the bleeder screw actually got damaged 2 hours later, or like 1 hour later of driving. So what's left now is I will take this part off and replace with new part, and then double check. Like you can see, there is nothing, no coolant puddle, nothing is there. And I'll check it again underneath. But from here, where I'm standing, everything looks dry. Yeah, so I made a mistake reinstalling the expansion tank. I don't know if you can already see, but here there's a gap. And this gap is too big, and I thought, okay, I already put it correctly. I didn't really put much thought into it. I was replacing the pretty much whole cooling system, and now if I somehow push it like here or something, I would get some coolant to start dripping. Now, nothing really happened when I was doing like regular coolant bleed and stuff. I didn't notice anything. The car was dry. I was also driving it. The car was dry. Yeah, so this is classic gasket leak on the expansion tank. I wasn't expecting this on a new expansion tank. So basically what I will do is just take it out and put a thicker gasket on it. Yeah, to do this, now the airbox is coming off. Basically unplugging this and all these things, like this is like 2-3 minutes, and then I will unplug this hose off, and I will first like drop the coolant. I will start bleeding procedure, or like coolant replacement procedure while I do all these things. So hopefully like 30 minutes or something I'm done. Yeah. Airbox is out. Now taking this off from here and here, pulling it just out. I think it can stay here, I don't mind. Yeah, so reattached it and everything looks okay. It does have some wiggle room, but not much. Where like, I don't know if this is normal or not. So what I will do is I will just try again and make sure it doesn't leak afterwards. So bleeding procedure, you take this one off, not completely, just a little bit. Just a little bit to let the coolant run out, and then you just fill it until it runs out, and then you start the bleeding procedure on the car, which I'll show you also later. Yeah, so filled it up all the way, and it started splitting from here, like sipping from here, and then I just cleaned it up. Now what I will do is put the airbox back just so that I can turn on the car and then do the blading procedure and then see. Yeah, and then what happened when I was doing this, I just leaned on this one and this motherfucker is leaking. So what the fuck? Like legit, what the hell is this? How is this like? And to be worse, I don't have more distilled water, so I'll have to just push it and wait till tomorrow or something. Yeah, and what I did for this is I got a new part and I put thicker gaskets on this new part on this like connecting to the plastic, and that turned out to be stable. Yeah, so now we're going to take a look at my fixed BMW. This is now checking it after around 500 kilometers. So I'm expecting some oil to be leaking from the valve cover because this valve cover was reused I think 4 times in last, let's say, half a year, maybe less, due to other issues. I'll check some coolant level and then again off to drive it. So let's, I think this one is easier to check. Now this coolant was leaking quite a bit, some issues, but now it looks okay. And okay, so there's a little bit of oil right here. So this is while the car was being driven. If you can see there, this is I think where the oil is coming from also, and then it just goes all the way back here. Not much in here, but yeah, also here on the end. Yeah, it's not too bad, not too bad. I think it's leaking somewhere from here on this area where the water pump is and whatnot. So I have to replace all that part here. But yeah, doesn't look too much. But this side is clean. I do have some oil in this cable, in the harness here, which is oily, but I don't think it leaks oil or anything. Yeah, if you can see it, oil is pretty good. It is a bit sludgy, bit cold, but it's fine. Yeah, on the bottom I still didn't replace this. I didn't have time to replace the hanger. So it does scratch a bit. It does scratch when I drive it, but yeah, overall, no real oil leaks. Nothing here. Like looks better than it was. Yeah, it still probably has some oil that needs to be flushed while I'm driving on the rain or something like that. And now, final question. How much did it all cost me to get it from basically 500 euro crash to a working vehicle that just did 3,000 kilometers right now? 3,242 euros and 93 cents. Something like this. And now I'm still not done. I still have to take the exhaust holder and then some interior parts. Yeah, before I go underneath, so this 3,250 euros, this includes car, all the parts, all the tools that I needed, and one set of wheels that I got.